Hello, my name is Isyas and I'm Eritrean, a country that's located between Ethiopia and Sudan. We're extremely thirsty, peace and harmony. Our brothers, sisters and family disappeared. No one could trace them. The Facebook page is full of, have you seen him? His age, have you seen him? This lady, her age is this much and she's located, she was born everywhere. And in our country, more than 10,000 people, they got arrested. The maximum is more than 28 years and daily imprisonment. And I explained to you the situation, why all this comes to happen. הייתי בארץ, שאני מבסוט מדבר עברית, לא שום דבר בעיה, אבל עכשיו מפריע לי, זה מאוד 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 מפריע, שאני מתחיל באנגלית, אבל שאין לי שום דבר בעיה, שאני יכול להיות לדבר, קצת מה שאני זוכר, אז יצאתי מהארץ 2014, אבל עכשיו אני מדבר קצת באנגלית. This is my message. As I was in Israel for 6 years, I'm blessed. I imitate a lot of manners, values that I couldn't see it in any other part of the world. I've been traveling in many countries to get a protection, and lucky enough, I enjoyed many democratic and civilized societies. As right now, I come here to mention certain points. The first thing is why we Eritreans are betrayed by the dictator or the government, which we do not accept him as a government. Why we betrayed? I explain in one simple term, in one simple short story. For instance, let's say Texas, one of the states of the United States. Assume that, for instance, Texas is a country. They took their independence from Mexico. This is for instance, okay? They took Texas. Texas becomes a nation independent from the Mexico. At this point, the Mexico government began hiring all the way through independence until the Texas become a government. There is one man that he feels as a Mexican. He's proud as a Mexican. The Texas people, they don't like him, and he knows. And this person becomes the president of the Texas. As he gradually making a friction, the original people of the Texas, they know that he not belongs to them. He is not one of them. And he learned that he, step by step, try to recognize the people who has a side their mothers have from Mexico. He began to collect them. And he gave them a position in Ministry of Education, Ministry of Trade, Ministry of a lot of branches, Ministry of Security. All the security of the national security of the Texas is occupied people who has identity crisis or the Mexican side. All the years, at this moment, or all the way he lived, he never proud as a Texas man. He never kissed the flag of a Texas man. But he has a dream. He's very sick inside by loving Mexico. You know what happened at last with Texas now? He began to think. He began to tell that when he went to Mexico, and he proud as a Mexican. When he come back to Texas, he is not happy with a frozen face. And now he began, when Texas is weak, it cannot supply itself in energy, in a lot of things, he began to bring doctors and other staffs from the Mexico. He wants to reunite Texas with Mexico because his grandparents belongs to Texas, and the people from Mexico and the people in Texas doesn't like him because they know that. They know he's not thinking for good of them. But the Texas people, they pay huge price, about 60 or 70,000 people to make an independent Texas. And this situation is exactly what's going on in Eritrea. The government of Eritrea, or the dictator of Eritrea, is not a dictator because he now belongs to us. He never produces his people. This is a situation what's going on in Eritrea. He wants to join Eritrea to Ethiopia. He cannot make it. One general Bitwadad Abraham, he says, I will not hand over Assad to our enemy, to Ethiopia. In 1998 until 2000, there was war between Ethiopia and Eritrea. He tried to supply Assad. And one general, I don't know his name, but he's from Tigray tribe. He refused to retreat during the war. He said, I'm going to defend Assad at any cost, at any price. And he defended. He didn't retreat. But the president says he's not following my order. He executed him. Now, what he tried is because someone gave him a homework to hand over Assad for Ethiopia, which cannot be. It's like annexing Russian to Crimea from Ukraine, because Ukraine was at mobilizing direction. The same thing with our country. It's not going to happen. This is treason. It's a very, very ugly treason. Imagine we paid for $30, we fight for 30 years. We fight to get independence. We never know who this president was. He was hired, decorated, and insulated very well. Ever since 1967. He wasn't one of us, but he convinced us he's one of us because he is intelligent, highly decorated. Unfortunately, his mind is only for terminating people, man-to-man marking, manipulations. Some people, we all know that, like dictators, Egypt, Libya, they construct their countries, they develop their countries, making roads, but ours doesn't know. That's the main reason over here. Now, why do I make speaking in front of here? Because I've been in Israel, okay? I've been in Israel, and now is the main points that are going to press harder. But this is according morality. Just for the sake of morality, I'm going to speak. Nothing to cross my life, not against my life. The first thing I'm going to mention for the sake of morality, from the bottom of my heart, ever since I enter Tel Aviv or Israel, till the rest of my life, I have huge respect. I have massive respect for the people of Israel. The first thing, you tolerate us, 45,000 in a tiny nation. You tolerate us. You welcomed us. We were the first people that were coming up through over there. Even though the up and down or the ill treatment of immigration was immense or immeasurable, we still have a good heart. We still have huge respect on you. I have many friends over there. It's a policy of the government, which even the citizens, it's hard to bear. So we must accept it and adore those people. Even if people who go out has no any bad grudge or setbacks against the people of Israel. It's still me also. I find a lot of Jewish people. As soon as I speak them Hebrew, they got glad, they got happy. Why do I need to talk now, this video call? Because Israel is created due to horrific situation in World War II. They coming up a lot of journeys, a lot of executions in World War II. I have read a lot of stories. I listen a lot of things. One of the main things that shocks me is how Angel of Death treated twin Jews in a jail. He used them for experiment. That was very shock things. A lot of stories I read. Abraham Grant, the one who was a Chelsea coach, he took 2012 the European champions or the players to Warsaw, where his grandfather was exterminated badly, and his father has one unique, when he buried his whole family. The father of Abraham Grant, that was unique part, was a mystery to life, was he buried him, he was smiling, he was laughing and screaming at night. I cannot forget that. All the players they wanted Warsaw and everything, they saw it. I read Anna Frank's story. It's a beautiful heart lady. It's not to impress you. It's just for the sake of morality. It's just for the sake of humanity. Because anyone, any dictator or any irresponsible individuals can happen this history. They can repeat history. As a Muslim, Christian, Jewish, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She is human being. She was a beautiful heart sister. That's nothing else. I shake hands in Ranana with 3 Holocaust survivors. In Kfar Saba, I was working in Ranana. And I shake hands because they see morality. We have difficulty, Isaias. Come to our restaurant. This is your home. They make you like a family. This is my grandmother. Her family, most of her family are executed in Germany. Shake hands with her. Say hi to her. They taught me what is morality, what their life is. And I imitate a lot of personalities, a lot of manners, consistency, optimism, communication of skills, humor, a lot of things. For the sake of morality, whenever the people of Israel are extremely criminalized, extremely abandoned or isolated by dictator of Adolf Hitler in Second World War, he cannot call an Eritrean dictator. He cannot call an Eritrean dictator a good friend of Israel. I have heard Elisha, I have heard Bennett, I have heard Meir. I could mention many parliament supporters, a far-right parliament of Israel. They said that Eritrea is a good friend of Israel. There is no Eritreans over there. It's a one man. It's highly decorated, and we know that 1994, ever since he promised Israel during malaria vaccination, he done a lot of good things. We can do better than him. We can give you an ambassador. He can speak and write Hebrew language. We can promise you that tens, thousands, and Israeli can reach our islands, our country. Eritrea will be the highest population with speaking English in the near future. In the near future. But calling an Eritrean that arrest these people for 28 years, 27 years. They didn't see their child. They didn't see their children, their sons, their daughters. They didn't see their mothers. They didn't see their fathers. For 28 years. More than 10,000 people in containers. And now you make friendship with this. It's supposed to be an example to heal history. It's supposed to be an example. It's supposed to be not worshipping. It should be abandoned. It should be condemned in the dictators in our country. Or anything else. If you want to be respected if you want to be treated with respect and everything, it shall never be hard people who exterminate badly. In our country at this moment, 20 years daily imprisonment. You know what happened after dictator is gone? We're gonna dig bones. We're gonna dig bones everywhere. That is another Holocaust in Africa. That's like what in Rwanda. You keep quiet, you see it, it's a decoration. This dictator is highly protected. We never see in history of Africa like this, that a dictator has 7 years old cannot be out from Eritrea. Woman, unless someone marry her, cannot be out from military. They use her as 60 years old, can reach in detention. They close universities, a lot of things. And yesterday, United States lifted sanction from Eritrea since 2009. They lifted last year. Nothing was implemented in Eritrea. It's keep quiet. And then peace between Eritrea and Ethiopia was agreed. And everything in Jeddah agreement. I wish the Jeddah agreement can be an Idi Amin agreement. Something he can be run away on that. And then nothing is transformed. Still people vanish. Still people. What's happening with this president? What's happening with this president is, like I said before, it's a treason. It's not a dictator. It's a treason. It's a new nation. We don't know that. Now he bring Ethiopians, like I said, Mexicans. He bring Ethiopians, they collect him, and he gonna finish as people that belongs to the land of Eritrea. And then why he is protected? Because he promised that to hand over Assad. He cannot make it. He cannot make it. That's absurd. Assad port is the port that planes of Emirates and Saudi Arabia, they bomb Yemen from Assad. It's from my Iceland. It's from the port of Assad, from my country. It's quite astonishing to keep quiet. My father sending me to school to change the life of people, to change my life, to change his life, not to keep quiet, not to abandon him. I should be a father of 2 or 3 now, speaking with my kids, thinking about their future. But instead, 60% what I earn sent to the family. 60%. The last 12 years. People cannot work over there. There is no construction, not allowed to work. You got to be permission to get 50 kilograms of cement, blocks or anything. Otherwise you go jail. Anyone who go to jail, he never come back. They never got justice. No one can allow to see them for 20 years, 28 years. This is monster, man. People call me now, he's a psychopath, he's fucked up, he's attacking shit. No, I'm fine. I'm a good class man. I'm a good class man, working class man. I come over here in Canada now 4 years. I come over here, learn, graduated, worked and earn money at a 45 degree. Money comes at a 45 degree. Stress comes at 36 degree. Everything was mixed up. Because I'm living with very, very deteriorated mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key. I'm thinking the whole day about prisoners, about the family. Nothing else. I do nothing. I forgot long years to think about myself. What's going on? What's going on with this? History. I condemn what happened in history. I remember that. I ordered the people of Israel. אני אוהב זה. זה לא יכול להיות. זה לא יכול להיות. בן אדם הולך בית כלא 20 שנים. לא יכול לראות את הבן שלו. מה זה ככה? שאתם אומרים זה הבר שלנו. עזוב זה. די מספיק. מספיק. מה זה ככה? זה לא יכול להיות. מה זה כמה פעמים אתם אומרים ככה? זה לא יכול להיות זה. The enemy of Israel people was Idi Amin was the one who made the plane landed in Tebe operation. That's your brother was over there. That's a dictator, and he had a good relationship, but he betrayed. Idi Amin won't done that. Unfortunately, the operation was going smooth, and your brother paid a price to liberate innocent people, and the rats got finished. Okay, this is people who has no rule of law as more danger to civilians. It's the same thing in our country. Why do I say this? Because many of the parliaments in Israel, they say that Israel's effort is a good relationship with us. It cannot be happen. If he hasn't a good relationship, he might not stay long. We are the people over here. All our people in Libya, nobody cares about them. In Sinai, our organs harvested many years ago. Many. I was part of it. I was become a victim. I come all the way across Brazil, Ecuador, something. It's Panama and Mexico, United States over here. It's a lot to find a life. But I must speak over here. Benjamin Netanyahu says many times that these are refugees, these are not refugees, they are infiltrators, they are economic seekers, they are privileged seekers. We are not. I stand over here to prove I'm not a privileged seeker. I stand over here. I condemn that. Morality should be above anything. What is this, a political strategy? He gave him homework like 40 years to hand over Assad. He didn't make it. Leave us alone. What is this? You're gonna finish people? He can't. What is this? We drive crazy that we cannot live like this. Our bones are in Italy, everywhere. This government did not make a statement about his dying people because he not belongs to us. He's an Ethiopian. Now the Prime Minister of Abiy Ahmed become a Nobel Peace Prize because he made peace agreement with Eritrea, because he made reforms in his country. Reforms in his country is his country. It's okay. He made it. I believe that. I honestly believe that because we saw it in our eyes. But why the world decorated that dictator in our country? There is no water. He opened electricity at 4 a.m. in the morning. And he closed it at 6 a.m. to drive the society insane. That's completely nonsense. To keep quiet. Why do we learn in school? Why do we learn in school? For God's sake, I finished only high school. I come over here to speak. I got angry, frustrated. People see me that, hey, he's fucked up, he's psychopath, he's a schizophrenia. I think he sniffed a little bit, and he's a thief. No, I'm a good guy. I work hard. I like my work, but the way I think, the way I lead my life is not way functionally fine. It's a mindfulness they lack with me. No, זה לא יכול להיות. אז אנחנו אנשים גם, אנחנו גם אנשים. We are part of this planet. We are not out of this planet. זה לא יכול להיות. אני מדבר כמו אני בחש. I talk like I cry because the pain on my skin inspires me to speak for the people I left behind. The people I left behind, the language I speak right now is the people who make me able to speak on that. People 28 years, ever since independence, they are still in jail. They cannot see their doctor, they cannot see their brothers, their sons. We don't know even if they are alive. If someone goes to jail and harsh ill treatment, torture inside the prison, and no one comes, that means the bones are buried around there. 305 prisons. Is he strong, the dictator? He is not. Because he insulated, he is protected. A government, no constitution, no foreign minister, no health minister, no trade minister, no nothing. Just a gangs of professional killers running along with his side. Most of our intellectuals, they rise up to the craze themselves. I speak over here. It's a fool. It's very stupid or absurd to speak or going over there. But I have massive experience and the personality. I develop a lot of disorders, or what they call it, PhD, across more than 20 countries, borders. It's all on my skin. But these people I left behind, they make me who I am now. I went to school, the way they read you people, and I know, that's why I keep quiet from society and I stay away. Because the personality I have is very odd, it's not normal. I'm okay, but I'm okay. I read a lot of psychology books. I inform myself. The change that I have, the change that I make. But as right now, enough is enough. I'm defiantly optimistic. 2020 is ours. In Dundas and the King, I was protesting over there. Standing alone. People who make me I am today, I must speak for them. I must stand up for them. It's a modern world. Mothers, they got sick, they close clinics, they arrest a 91 years old, a patriarch, and Catholic, they close it. They exterminate the Muslims because of their faces or anything else. It's the biggest reason. I never read in the history list of dictators. Even Mengistu Haile Selassie, they tried to capture Eritrea, or they are support. They didn't make it. And this one is the last son, which means indirectly proportional. We are under the colonization of Ethiopia. He never raised the flag of Eritrea. He never said one day, I am a proud Eritrean. But when the peace agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia was granted, he reached the grave of his grandfather, which we Eritreans, they used to call him his grandfather as someone who is coming from outside. For that, he doesn't like us. For that, he hunts us for years and years. This is not a dictator. This is an Ethiopian that completely hate with the people. Like I said before, he's a Mexican, but he managed the wrong people. The Mexicans, the Texas, he managed the people. It's the wrong people because he proudly as a Mexican. But he's sick inside with Mexican because he wants to bring Texas to Mexico. That's the main reason that he's fighting with Eritreans. But the Eritreans are so kind and humble. Oh, we got independence, no problem from now. They just began to rest. But this man, he began to collect the people with identity who have a problem. That's all the misery we are facing at this moment. And I'm begging over here, and I'm begging over here, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, with all the respect, it's your country. As he shut down the border in the border of Egypt, he saved us a lot of Eritrean lives. But don't call us infiltrators. Remember history. The day you close the border, as a leader, be proud. You saved a lot of lives, not only as a security of for the country, but for Eritreans also. He saved from selling their organs. He saved us from crying mothers, because our government doesn't care about us. He's not one of us. But one thing remaining, as he shut down the border, there is one thing remaining. Cut diplomacy with the dictator of Eritrea. You will never see an Eritrean in Alam Bisri or Ben Yehuda. لا يخلي لرؤات إخار مستنين. تزغوتا ديفاريم تا dictator شلانو. He cannot say that this is a diplomacy by extinction people. Eritrean situation is a lengthy genocide of Hotel Rwanda. This is exactly how it works in Eritrea. A long term of extinction Eritreans. It cannot happen. Even if the space in Djibouti is too much crowded. But the long target is to annex and support, like what the Russians did in Crimea. This is not going to happen. We live here everywhere around the neck. We live here everywhere. We condemn that in civilized way. We are not harming anyone else. But our nation is like your sister hugging the first child was crying. We cannot forget it. We cannot live without it. We die as Eritreans. We come as Eritreans. We die with Eritreans. Even if he said that they hired anyone with Abi said that Asab no mikafalo, Fikr no yashenfal, blah blah blah. من አይነት ዞና ይሄ አሰብ ነው የሚካፈለው ፍቅር ነው ያሸንፋ ይሄ ድብልቅልቅ ያለ በአይነት ምግብ እንዴ ምን ነው እዛ ውሸት ሲበዛ ሲያስጠላ we must stand up ነው ሶከፍ ኤርትራው ገዛሩ ዘሎ ንህ ከተስን ገዛሩ ስደሎ ሙስደሎ አቅሚ ከተሰሎ ምን ሰይ ሁሉ ጊዜ ታሽ ምትሰራ ምን ሰይ ሓድሽ ሐሳባት ደምጽ ክትሰኽን ከላለና ኣብ ታሪኽ ኣብ ጭንቂ ዶንቡርና ዘለውት ምሳና ዘሎ ፖቴንሻል ከይትስዩ ተዓላማ ከይትስ ኸይባረብር ሪኹም ወስናኩ ዕሹ ሕጂ 4-0 ስዒራ ከመይቱ ተኩሽ ተጣሽሙና ኮርሶ በዓል ዳንኤል ተኽለ ሃይማኖት ዋላ ዘርሰናይ ከመይቱ ኮስ እሱ ተፈንጅሩ ዓቅም መጥፍየ ሚንዓቶ እዛው ትርድዎ ትኩልለኩም أنا زحيل زخابي متي يعني إيرترا ونيح سلا زلنا تراحي خلات عشمي يكون كنت استغل لنا برابر كن كلا لنا أنا دك أبي جوري دك خامس أنا دك خايت بلع تسيت برابر ليت مرعو ليكم زي تعشم لك تعرف يتعيش خم قالوا نياتو السبنة تتقلكم مثلا دوكس لهم سامع عشنا مخمسنا بالله كي لازم زحدا أمحارو تقاتلنا بخومي أنا تسيوت إذا الله حجي أبكر أنت عشم مخونس كني سمعتات بعد سناي دبساي ولا بعد بيتودد قالوا بصحات ماليا دي يقولهم أسرات أب تحت غير كان أصلا دمتس حجي أب تعشم حاولوا I know. Again, nation of our planet, United States, has full. Sami, what's his name? Cohen, an ambassador that he knows very well, an expert in East Africa, has a good friend of Israel. But as this nation has blessed, God gives them an enormous amount of opportunity, intelligence, whatever they touch, it turns gold. We cannot say anything. But for the sake of morality, we can win against them. He can make diplomacy with the dictator. He can make a trade with the black, but he cannot finish or he cannot exterminate children for the sake of a Port Asab or a strategic place. That's absurd, absolutely. 1954, 1950 is all he tried to nullify Eritrea with Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie didn't make it. We stayed, we survived. God make us, you guys are mine and you are alive. Mongst Haile Mariam tried. Isias Afwerki is now another, the third one. He humiliates us very badly because he makes us believe that he is one of us. We got fooled easily. When somebody fights for you for 30 years, I learned in my country, this language belongs to people who fallen down in the war to make independence. That belongs to them. When somebody pay their life for you, you have to pay back. You have to speak for them. You have to respect them. That's their honor. It's an honor to speak for someone who gave you their life. I must stand up over here. I must stand. God damn it, בבקשה, שאני מבקש בבקשה, זה לא יכול להיות ככה, זה לא יכול להיות. אתה נראה את זה בשבוע הבא. זה מסוכן זה ככה. The crime rate in Israel is way high since ever we entered Israel 12 years ago. Don't you want that to be free of this? Cut diplomacy with dictator. You cannot call it diplomacy. I was working in a supermarket giving service. كما intelligentين أناشيم. It's a pleasure to give service. It's a pleasure to work with them. I imitate. I learn. There are a lot of experiences. I am mature enough to speak now with respect of the Israeli people, with respect of humanity, with respect of morality. I am no one over here. I am no one over here. I come over here. I'm not a laughing stock anymore. There is huge psychological disturbance among Eritrean society because this man is protected. I was working in a supermarket in Ranana. I was cleaning and selling fish and chickens. The fish I was taking clean out was coming out from Red Sea, Eritrea. People 1 kilometer away from the Red Sea, they are not allowed to make fishing. It's very surprising. It's a very surprising. Our president is a very civilized slave. A very civilized slave. If he was decorated, built a lot of infrastructures, who could be remembered. He could be remembered like many dictators in the past history. But he is not. He is not. He's very, very, very jealous. Envy is his main root. I'm very sick to witness that. I'm very sick. He is highly intelligent. He is highly manipulative human. Above all, he has full support of tycoons, moguls, individual evil people. For the sake of our support, because Djibouti is not enough, and we are here. We die. We come as Eritreans. We die as Eritreans. Not dying someone harm someone else. We go as a civilized way. Ever since 1950s. It doesn't matter the difference we have, either opposition supporters, either opposition or supporters. It doesn't matter. Now the sky is clear. He's not always. He thinks that he can make peace. He went to Ethiopia, he smiled. When he come back to Eritrea with a frozen faces, angry. We see him once in a new year. Now we're gonna see in a new year that the respected man, ladies and gentlemen, go take your shit somewhere else. People a leader who gonna respect us, who says, ladies and gentlemen, gonna come over now. But I'm speaking here for the sake of people, mothers, they are arrested for 20 years, for 28 years. They didn't have any access or anything else. How do I know this? Even there are prisoners who doesn't know Eritrea is independent. How do I know this? There are guards who escaped. There are guards who escaped from there. They escaped to save their life. They come out. Because the first prisoners who knows a lot of secrets, half of them they got jailed, half of them they got exterminated because they keep a lot of secret, because they know a lot of stuff. The second guards, they know also a lot of things. It will be their turn to face such finishing. They escape. And we know this situation. All the Mediterranean, 70% people who sink in the Mediterranean, they are Eritreans. The number of people who committed suicide, the number of people who turn to be and homosexual, the number of people who turn into hashish, and a lot of things. I could go on a lot, but